Good evening, friends. Happy spring. Here we are, back on a Monday night Playalong Bluegrass jam, live from Denver, Colorado. Great to be here with you. I'm just going to check the tuning and check the live streams. I was doing a little bit of last minute sort of camera adjustment, and we're here. So let's see, Facebook land. It's showing that I am live. I hope everybody is having a great start to your spring. Here in Denver, we had snow, and then sunshine, and then snow again, and then sunshine again. All right, this is the stuff I was trying to get out of the shot, so stand by. Okay, that's gonna help. Everything's a little bit frantic this week because I'm in the studio. And I was in the studio last week, and it's just been real busy. So I might be talking a little bit less tonight. I don't know, I say that, but because I need to get through this so I can get back to getting ready to go back to the studio tomorrow. I'm doing a new album with a bunch of new songs and some really cool flat picking instrumentals. And I'm really excited about it. But I tell you what, being in the studio can sure take it out of you. All right, and let me see here. Okay, what am I doing? There's Facebook. Here's YouTube. Checking that. And then we're going to get started with Little Cabin Home on the Hill. I kind of went back to some familiar songs for this week's session, mainly because, again, been real busy. What am I doing? And didn't want to get too hung up in things that I would have to think about a lot. So back to some of the old standards here. And spring, it's a good time for these familiar songs to blossom again that may have lain dormant for some time. Okay, so we're live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook. I'm going to double check my click track. Okay, and let's get started on Little Cabin Home on the Hill. So, brief run through of the song. You know, not a whole lot of coaching. If you want to like learn the song or work on musical concepts, theoretical concepts, or techniques on your instrument, that's for a different platform. And I have that available for guitar players on my Artist Works course. And, of course, a lot of the selections I've done in the past that are still up on Jamplay and TrueFire. And so I'll give you a brief run through of how this song goes. I'll demonstrate a kickoff. And then I'll count you in, and you will kick off the song, and we'll play back and forth as if we're at a jam, but you can hear me and I can't hear you, because there's going to be probably anywhere between 60 and 80 of you playing along at one time. So here we go. This is how the song goes, and I'm always using the number system because that's just standard in bluegrass style of music, and different instruments might be capoed differently. So we just use the 1s, 4s, and 5s. And every now and then there's a minor 2 or a minor 6 or a dominant 2 chord or a dominant 6 chord, and I will kind of cross those bridges when we get to them. So here's Little Cabin Home on the Hill, which is all the primary chords, 1, 4, 5 in the key of G, and it goes 1 and a 1 and a 4 and a 1, 1 and 1 and a 5, 1 and a 1 and 4 back to 1. how I'd kick it off. Okay, now the kickoff is usually, well, most of the time, melody based, and with little bits of approaches and techniques that are particular to your instrument or how you're interpreting the song. And we're just setting it up in a very musical way. Okay, so here's your opportunity to kick us off on Little Cabin Home on the Hill. And I hope you're singing along at home as well, no matter what instrument you're playing, or even if you're not playing an instrument. Hope you're singing along. Here we go, key of G, kick us off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Without you, my dear, it seems there's a longing for you still. All I can do now is sit alone and cry in our little cabin home on the hill. For someone has taken you from me and left me here all alone. Just listen to the rain beat on my window pane in our little cabin home on the hill. Cabin, my turn. So that was a break, which is basically your solo, right? And in my approach, that's an opportunity to take some deviations from the melody, if you'd like to. In a real traditional bluegrass setting, you're still going to be sticking to the melody, and you noticed I got a lot of the melody in there, but then I kind of wandered off from it a little bit and come back. So that's the difference between a kickoff and a break. And that's why I usually take the first break in these arrangements or in these little play-alongs, so you can maybe get some ideas to play off of, because that's how jams work. You're kind of getting ideas from other players. So that's the benefit that you have here that I do not have, because I can't hear you. Okay, here we go. Here's the second verse. I hope you are happy tonight, as you are, for in my heart there's a longing for you still. I'll just keep it there so I won't be alone in our little cabin home on the hill. For someone has taken you from me and left me here all alone. Just listen to the rain beat on my window pane in our little cabin home on the hill. Here's your break now. listen to the rain beat on my window pane in our little cabin home on the hill. All right. And of course, that's the cue to end the song. And this would be the cue if we were tagging it. And most of you here are regulars and you know all this, but I bring it up just in case there's some first timers, which there probably are. And if you're a first timer here, welcome. So great to have you as part of our international online jam community. Feel free to talk amongst each other, make connections in the chats, message one another, message me. This is interactive, and there is no limit to how you all can interact with each other. I got my limits, of course, but I'll check in with you here after a couple more songs, see how everyone's doing. I wonder how the old folks are at home. Okay, speaking of those secondary dominant chords, this song has a few of them. So it's mainly your 1, 4, and 5 chords, your primary chords. And it goes like this. It's got a couple of these secondary dominants in it that I'll point out as we get to them. In the key of G. 1 and 4 and a 1. 1 and a 1 and a 4. 4, 4, 4. 1, 1, 1. 2 dominant, which is the most common secondary dominant chord. Well, one of the 2 most common. It's an A7. So we're just taking the 2 chord and making it into a 7th chord. If you don't want to play the 7th, you can play the straight A major. But the point is, it's not an A minor chord, it's an A major triad with that 7th on it if you want to throw the 7th in it. So A7 to the 5 and a 1 and a 4 and a 1. 1 and a 1 and a 4. 4 and a 4. 1 to the 6 dominant. Now that's an E major or an E7 chord. To the 2 dominant, to the 5, back to 1. Now in bluegrass jams, oftentimes they would just shout 2 or 6, and the default would be that major triad. And that totally works, but I'm trying to take it to that next level of specificity by calling it the dominant chord, because that's what it is. It's the dominant of the next chord it's going to. In other words, the 5 of the next chord. E7 is the 5 of A7, or E7 is the 5 of A, right? A7 is the 5 of D, and D7 is the 5 of our key. So that's why they're called secondary dominants. Okay. So we're going to play through the entire form of this song on our breaks and on the kickoff. So this gives you a long opportunity for playing and getting into that melody. So here's how I might kick off the song. 1, 2, 3. the melody, right? So if you're learning a song like this, once you have the chord changes down, learn the melody. And then you've got a kickoff right there. You can decorate it as you go. Okay, here we go. Kick us off on I Wonder How the Old Folks Are at Home. And I sure do wonder how the old folks are at home. I hope they're all doing okay. Key of G. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I wonder how the old folks are at home. I wonder if they miss me while I roam. I wonder if they pray for the boy who went away and left his dear old parents all alone. You could hear the cattle you can see the fields of bluegrass where I roam. You can almost hear them cry as they kiss their boy goodbye. Oh, I wonder how the old folks are at home. I got it. Just a village and a homestead on the farm, and a mother's love to keep you from all harm. A mother's love so true, and a sweetheart that loves you. Just a village and homestead on the farm. You can hear the cattle you can see the fields of bluegrass where I roam. You can almost hear them cry as they kiss their boy goodbye. Oh, I wonder how the old folks are hear them cry as they kiss their boy goodbye. Oh, I wonder how the old folks are at home. So that song, I guess we've kind of come upon this before. It is kind of a verse and a chorus, even though it sounds like one long sort of statement, you know, like one long verse with a different half of the beginning of it each time, a different first half. But anyhow, if you're in a bluegrass band, you would typically split that break up, you know. But those of you who are regulars around here know that I enjoy having long breaks, and I enjoy having, you know, giving you that opportunity, because it really makes you think of the song in a complete way. So, you know, again, this is not a class on arranging. This is just a jam. So that's the idea. Give everyone a lot of playing time. Okay, Little Annie. So, yeah, we haven't done this one in a while, but it's one of my favorite songs of springtime. And we're going to do this in the key of C. One and four, and a one and a one and a five, and a one and a four, and a one and a five and a one. Chorus goes to the five. Five and five back to one. It off this way. In fact, I would kick it off that way if you and I were jamming together, because I've sort of worked that up over time, over playing this song for many years. You know, no, you know, arrangement, notation or anything. It's just, this is what I call a pet song or pet tune concept. If you make these songs your pet songs, pet tunes, and just kind of play them every day, and experiment with them, eventually these sort of arrangements happen organically. And that's a really nice way, and that's my preferred method these days for working things up. Early on, before I had the set of skills that I have today, and just sort of the methods that I have today, I would actually write something like that out if I was trying to arrange a cool kickoff for it. After years and years go by, you start to recognize the patterns and understand the methods, and they can kind of start happening more organically. So if you are an entry-level player and you're wanting to get to this point, you know, just keep on playing it. Make a song like this your pet song of the week, and come back to it every day and sort of nurture it, and those, you know, those little things will just start to happen. Okay, so kick us off on Little Annie, and what we'll do is we'll take a break over the verse and the chorus, but we'll pass it back to each other. So you kick us off on the verse, and then I'll take a break after the verse chorus that we sang. I'll take a break on the verse, and I'll pass it to you to play over the chorus form on the 5 chord, okay? And then next round of breaks, we do that the opposite. You take the verse and pass it to me for the chorus. And I will remind you that when we get there. But here we go. Kick us off on Little Annie in the key of C. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. we shall part at the end of the lane. But promise me, little Annie, you'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. When the springtime comes on the mountain, and the wildflowers scattered o'er the plain, I will watch for the leaves to return to their trees. I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. I'll play a verse. Now you take it to the chorus. When the sun shines down on the mountain, and the wild sheep are wandering all alone, and the birds and the bees are humming, makes me think springtime won't be very long. When the springtime comes on the mountain, and the wildflowers scattered o'er the plain, I will watch for the leaves to return to their trees. I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. Now you take the verse. And I'll take the chorus. Now the springtime is here, little Annie. I am on my way back to the lane where you promised me, little Annie, you'd be waiting when the springtime comes again. When the springtime comes on the mountain, and the wildflowers scattered o'er the plain, I will watch for the leaves to return to their trees. I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. I will watch for the leaves to return to their trees. I'll be waiting when the springtime comes again. Fun. That's a hard song to sing slow. There's just it takes a lot of breath. Okay, let's do our instrumental, and then I'll check in on everybody, see how we're all doing here. What happened?
Here's Facebook, here's YouTube.
There it is.
That. And then we're going to get started with a little cabin home on the hill.
I see what I did.
I kind of went back to some familiar songs.
I paused the YouTube instead of muting it, so okay, now I'm up to speed. All right. Cripple Creek. So I wanted to give, again, the banjo players an opportunity. Those who might not appreciate all the fiddle tunes that guitar players and mandolin players and fiddle players like. And also my students on Artist Works, because this is one of the tunes we do in the chorus. So in the key of A, Cripple Creek goes. Increase the tempo just a touch here. 1 and 1 and 4 and 1, 1 and 1 and 5 and 1, 1 and 1 and 4 and 1, 1 and 1 and 5 and 1, 1 and a 1, 1, 1 and 5 and 1, 1 and a 1, 1, 1 and 5 and 1. And it goes twice through that. So that's one time through. It's basically A, B, A, B. That's your form. The A part, the B part, I'll split the difference here on the tempo. Slow it down just a tiny bit. Because it's a short form. So I'll take an AB and an AB. All right, that's the entire form, twice through. And then you'll take the same, AB, AB. Then I'll take it again, and then you take it again. Okay, instrumentals I kick off. And for those of you who are out there just strumming along, that's totally fine. I'm speaking to you as if you're playing melodies, as if you're playing solos. But, you know, you don't have to. If you're a strummer, or of course, if you're a bass player, you're just working on your pocket, working on your strumming, working on your bass runs, all that kind of stuff. And hopefully you can glean a lot of insight from just hearing me and watching what I do with the rhythm and with the bass runs and other instruments, of course, playing off of what I'm playing as a guitarist. So we talk a lot about the melodies, and we talk a lot about the, you know, the breaks and the kickoffs and stuff, but the most important part of all this is your rhythm playing, right? So make sure you're really focused on that as well. So here we go. I'm going to kick off Cripple Creek in the key of A, and we'll go twice through. Me, you, and then you tag it at the end. Here we go. Very fun. I love that tune. Just never get over it. Okay, how's everyone doing out there? Hello, James Hanaway. Great to see you in all the way in New Jersey. David Holtkamp. Yes, sir. Down in New Mexico. Working on the new recordings. I am overdue for a flat picking style release, and I wanted to get that done. Interestingly enough, I've been playing the Callings so much, and it's been on all these adventures with me. It's been all around the river canyons of the Southwest, and it's been under the raft in the river. It's been everywhere, and I composed all of those tunes on the Callings. So I went ahead and brought the Callings to the studio instead of the old Martin, which seems counterintuitive, but it was speaking to me, and this is the chance for the old Callings to sing out. Hello, Troy Speakman. Nice to see you here. Hi, Heidi in New Jersey. And hello, Lori Tobacco in Elkins, West Virginia. I will see Lori at Augusta Bluegrass Week. And the shirt. I got a lot of new shirts in India. I'm just you're going to see the whole collection here eventually. Hello, Colin in the UK. Early starts now that we're on daylight savings in the US. Yeah. Hello, Shay Barry Campbell. Yeah, there's the Scramble Campbell painting. This is from 2009. Yarmany Grass. That's me on the end. And that's Bill Nershi, Drew Emmett, Andy Thorne. That was a long time ago. And still my favorite Scramble of all time. I do own a few of them. And I'm in all of them. Anyhow, thanks for pointing that out. Scramble or Shay, whichever one of you that is on the other end. And hello, it keeps scrolling down on me. Dan Plata in Northern Illinois. Okay, hi Dan. Hi Michael Reese. Not quite spring in Tahoe. Well, it's not spring here either, but technically we're past the equinox, right? 2 feet of snow this weekend, another 2 feet this week. Okay, well, I am excited about Winter Wondergrass Tahoe, and that is coming up in a week and a half, right? April 5th through 7th. And that's going to be a big time. And I will see you there, eh, Michael? Yep, we'll warm them up with the hot licks. And hello, Scott. From Flagler Beach, Florida. Very cool. Oh yeah, you're SCFB on YouTube. I get it. Okay, over here in YouTube land. Hello, Sandy in Bakersfield. Keeping up the best you can. Getting over a cold. All right. Well, hope you heal up real quick. I know it's no fun being sick. Hello, Joel. Great to see you, the real Jay Hizzy. Dickie Derry in Crystal Lake, Illinois, picking on the Neckville banjo. Nice to have banjo players here. Hello, Christopher Henry, one of my heroes. All right. I know you're staying pretty fit yourself these days. I've seen you on those videos. Hello, Dave Schmidt in Jersey Pines, playing the mandolin. Carl Malley in Iowa. The snow is melting. Snow is melting here too, just about as fast as it can fall. But we did get about 6 inches overnight in Denver. Jeremy Suggs. Jeremy, well, I'm so grateful to have you here. Thank you for saying that. And hello, Josh in West Virginia on the guitar and banjo. All right. Well, if y'all don't know Christopher Henry, you should follow him and listen to everything that he does, because he's fantastic. I learned quite a bit from him over the years. And yeah, regarding this new album, so I was inspired. I have, like I said, a handful of instrumentals and a whole bunch of new songs, and got some good bluegrass buddies playing with me on a bunch of those, and a few of them are solo. And it's going to be out by this summer. That's the plan. And I don't know how many of you have experience in the studio, but it's humbling. You go in there and you're like, I've improved. I'm such a better singer now. I'm so ready on all. And then you get under the microscope and it's a whole different world. And it really takes some perspective to maintain the storytelling and the message you're trying to get across while you're trying to get all the notes and all the things exactly right. You know, it's a tricky thing about being in the studio. And another thing about studio projects is that they're expensive. And I kind of went into this, you know, the plan has been coming together. I went into it kind of without a plan, but the plan is coming together and the vision is coming together as I work on it. And I'm probably going to go ahead and launch a Kickstarter here in the next couple weeks. So keep an eye out for that. I don't want to I've done a lot of Kickstarters in the past, and I just don't want to overload all my channels with Kickstarter stuff and cram it down everyone's throats. I just want to put out a Kickstarter and call on everybody who is following me to pitch in and, not let it completely tie up all my socials. So I will let you all know when that gets up. And here's a couple latecomers. Kim Harris. Beyond the mic, not under it. That's right. Wes in California, jamming along for the first time live in Maryland on the fiddle on her way back to Denver. And hello, Wanda in Virginia. Richard in Tacoma, Washington, where it is almost spring. Ralph Taylor from Libby, Montana. So I announced a new camp in Montana. That's the Sweetgrass Music Camp in Big Timber, Montana, September 22nd through 25th, I believe. And that's going to be really fun. We just announced that this last week. And it's up and it's on sale. Beautiful location, kind of a boutique, intimate camp. I'm on guitar. Chris Cool is on banjo and vocals. He's one of my favorites. Sharon Gilchrist, another one of my favorites, teaching mandolin. And Lauren Rue, who I'm looking forward to getting to know at the camp. And these are all favorites at the teaching camps and interactive sort of people like I am who love to jam. So that's going to be a big time. The Sweetgrass Music Camp. The website is brotherseugene.com, and it's up on my website as well. So check that out. Okay, let's move along. Remember Me. So this is a good old song. I believe Roy Acuff is the original. It's a slow song, so I'm slowing the tempo back down sort of around where we began. But of course we are working our way up to the mid-tempo and the fast jams. So it's in D. I'm going to go ahead and hang out at this capo position, capo 2, playing out a C position. But guitar players, I'd recommend maybe hanging out in open D, because this is a fun one out of an open D chord. But anyhow, here's how it goes. And a 1 and a 4 back to 1. And a 5 and a 5 back to 1. And a 1 and a 4 and a 1. And a 5 and 5 back to 1. To the 4 and a 4, 4 and 1. And a 5 and a 5 back to 1. And a 4 and a 4 and a 1. And a 1 and a 5 and a 1. I'm going to split the difference in the tempo. Just take it up a couple clicks there. Okay. So, what happened? I think I turned it down on accident. Slid that fader there. Okay. So, my kickoff would go something like, let's see. 1, 2, 3. It's been a while. So that would be the melody. Da 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 da. There it is. Da 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 da. Lovely melody. Like, learn the melody of this one. I implore you. Whether you have it right now or not, like, come back and work on it for sure. So let's do this. We'll split up the breaks just like we did in Little Annie, where you're going to kick it off on a verse, and then I'll sing a verse and a chorus, and then I'll play the verse form, and then you take it over the chorus form, okay? And then next time around, we'll flip those. Okay? Here we go. Kick us off in the key of D on the verse form. Remember me. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The sweetest song belongs to lovers in the gloaming. The sweetest days are the days that used to be. The saddest words I ever heard were words of parting. When you said, "Sweetheart, remember me." Remember me when the candlelights are gleaming. Remember me at the close of a long, long day. It would be so sweet when all alone and dreaming, just to know you still remember me. I got the verse. Take it to the 4 chord. You told me once that you were mine, alone forever, and I was yours till the end of eternity. But those vows are broken now, and we will never be the same, except in memory. Remember me when the candlelights are gleaming. Remember me at the close of a long, long day. It would be so sweet when all alone I'm dreaming, just to know you still remember me. Play it over the verse. A fairer face may take my place when we're apart, dear. A truer love with a heart more bold and free. Where's it go? But fairer friends in the end may break your heart, dear. And if they do, sweetheart, remember me. Remember me when the candle lights are gleaming. Remember me at the close of a long, long day. It would be so sweet when all alone I'm dreaming, just to know you still remember me. Just to know that you still remember me. Again, trying to get fancy with some of my Spanish licks. My little Southwest guitar licks. Grady Martin style stuff. I love that style. Well, that was a good review on that song. I'll remember that last verse next time. And my favorite version of that is still the Willie Nelson version, even though it's incomplete. He only does 2 verses, and he really changes up the phrasing the way Willie naturally does. But I just love his version. Over the Waterfall. Okay. It's been a while since I've done this tune, but it's good to brush it off every now and then. So it goes 1 and 1 and 1 and a 1 and a 1 and 1 and 1 and a 1 and 1 and 1 and a 1, flat 7 and a 4. So the flat 7 here is a C chord, and the 4, of course, is a G. We're in the key of D. Da 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 da. And a 1 and 1 and 1 and a 1, flat 7 and a 4, and then 1. 1 and 5 and 1, 1, 4, 1, 1 and 5 and a 1 repeats. Okay, so I'm going to kick it off as I do on the instrumentals. And here we go. We'll increase the tempo just kind of back to where we were before that last song. This kind of tune can't go by too slow, but I'm trying to make it friendly for all levels, of course. So here we go. Over the Waterfall. In the key of D, I'm going to kick it off. Well, I hope I'm still alive. The laptop gave me the old, your computer shut down because of a problem. Don't you love that? Because of a problem. Very non-specific. Okay, let's see let's see how much we sped up there. Sounds like we kind of ended at about the same tempo. I think we might have sped up a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and look back and make sure. Hey, it's still live. Okay, the phone runs the jam, so as long as the phone is on, this whole thing works. And I just monitor it and use the laptop for the click track since my phone is occupied. That's how caveman I am with this setup. Anyway, I'm glad that we're still on. Okay, Over the Waterfall. A good review on that one. A fun tune that can go by quite a bit quicker, right? But that's a good slow tempo version. Let's see if I can find my set list. Got to open that back up again. Okay, next we have Bury Me 'Neath the Willow. Hey, just another old familiar song, keeping us in our comfort zone, and also an opportunity for all of my participants on Artist Works Flat Picking Academy, because we do this song in my curriculum. And we approach techniques like melody strum, cross picking, and what I call self-accompaniment techniques, which are just ways on the guitar to fill in the melody with what I call flat picking stuff. You know, like the banjo plays the melody with banjo stuff, and the fiddle plays the melody with fiddle stuff, etc. Okay, Bury Me 'Neath the Willow. I'm assuming most of you know this song, so to save time, we're just going to get right into it because we are running short of time here for the slow jam. So I'll demonstrate my kickoff. 1, 2, 3. And we are in the key of E. Key of E. E is in Edward. Okay, kick us off on Bury Me 'Neath the Willow, key of E. Here we go. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. My heart is sad and I am lonely for the only one I love. When shall I see her? Oh no, never, till we meet in heaven above. So bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so she will know where I am sleeping, and perhaps she'll weep for me. slow jam here. I know I said I would try to go quickly through it and not talk as much, but you get me on the live stream after a couple weeks and I have a lot to say. When my blue moon turns to gold again in the key of B. Okay, and I'm going to increase the tempo here, get us ready for the mid-tempo jam, which is going to start immediately after this, but I'm going to start it on a new video, so you'll have to refresh your pages a couple minutes after we wrap here. So if you're tuning in for the mid-tempo jam early, we're just wrapping up the slow jam here. So I want to get in tune for you. That's the one. Okay. Key of B. 1 and 1 and a 5. 5 and 5 and a 1. And a 1 and a 1 and a 5. And a 4 and a 5 and a 1. That's the whole form. Okay, my kickoff would go 1, 2, 3. Something like that. I just love this melody. I love this song. And this is in honor of last night's full moon and the lunar eclipse, which we did not see here in Denver because it was cloudy and snowing. But I sure hope some of you saw it. And now we're in the waning part of this moon cycle, the worm moon, which is here in the spring as things are budding, and it's planting time for some folks, not for us in Colorado yet. Okay, kick us off on When My Blue Moon Turns to Gold Again, key of B. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Memories that linger in my heart. Memories that make my heart grow cold. But in dreams they'll live again, sweetheart. And my blue moon again will turn to gold. When my blue moon turns to gold again. When the rainbow turns the clouds away. When my blue moon turns to gold again. You'll be back within my arms to stay. I got it. gold again. When the rainbow turns the clouds away, when my blue moon turns to gold again, you'll be back within my arms to stay. You'll be back within my arms to stay. Got a little congestion there. Okay, very nice. I'll see you back here at the mid-tempo jam in just about 2 minutes, as soon as I can get this shut down and start it back up again. Okay, thanks everyone for joining. Appreciate you being here. See you in a few minutes.